Here, the sun doesn't shine, it burns. And every breath you take is one step closer to the grave. Forget mercy. Only the maddest with the blood of warriors dare to challenge death itself. The journey begins where all life seems to have surrendered. Across the bone-white salt flats of the Great Basin Desert, the Mustang herd is on a life-or-death migration. They are not running for the thrill of speed. They are racing against the very death that shadows them. Beneath their hooves is the cracked earth. Above them is the blazing sun. And their sole objective is to find the last water source before their lungs are scorched by dust. Look into those eyes. Endurance that surpasses the limits of biology. In 50-degree heat, every breath is a form of torture. The water in their bodies evaporates with every rapid heartbeat. A Mustang can go weeks without food, but in this sandy hell, thirst is a non-negotiable enemy. They are moving on the most ancient of instincts, the instinct to survive. This riverbed was once the lifeblood of the entire region, but now it is nothing more than a graveyard of stones. The herd must weave through narrow rock crevices where heat is trapped and rises higher than ever. The foals are exhausted, each step as heavy as lead. The leader knows that if water isn't found in the next few hours, the youngest members will never make it out of this canyon. As death approaches, patience evaporates. A rebellion is brewing. A young, vigorous, and impatient stallion is challenging the authority of the seasoned leader. In the world of the Mustang, unity is key. But submission is reserved only for the strongest. This is not the time for mating rivalries. It is a battle to decide who is sane enough to lead the herd forward. Dust clouds mask the brutal strikes. They use every ounce of remaining strength to tear and crush each other. There are no rules here. The loser will be banished from the herd and face death alone in the desert. This ruthlessness is necessary to ensure that only the most capable holds the fate of the entire family. The fight ends. Order is restored through blood and exhaustion. The leader has defended his position, but he has no time to celebrate. His instincts are screaming that life is very close, right beneath their feet. He sniffs the cracks in the ground, searching for the scent of moisture hiding deep within this stony hell. With weary legs, he begins to dig. This would be an act of madness for any other creature. But for the Mustang, it is the ultimate survival technique. He digs meters deep into the burning sand, ignoring the pain from his worn-out hooves. Every layer of soil tossed aside is a step closer to a miracle. The entire herd stands around, waiting in breathless anticipation. And then, the miracle appears. A mysterious underground spring seeps out of the darkness. It isn't crystal clear. It's muddy and reeks of earth. But to the Mustangs, it is more precious than any treasure in the world. This is life leaking out from death. Each member of the herd approaches, drinking in the last drops of hope to revive their withered bodies. The thirst is temporarily quenched, but the race never ends. As darkness falls, the Mustang herd continues its journey. They do not own this desert through dominance, but through an unsubduable endurance. tomorrow the sun will rise again and the battle for survival will restart. True warriors never stop. As the heat turns the desert into a massive tomb, a silent ghost begins to emerge. The coyote possesses neither the lion's strength nor the leopard's speed, but it holds something far more valuable: a sharp intellect to read every movement of the dust. It moves like a mist, noiseless and traceless, turning concealment into a superior weapon. In this place, the one who remains unseen is the one who holds the power of life and death. Its ears function as the most sophisticated signal processing radars on the planet. The coyote can distinguish the wind whistling through rock crevices from the faint sound of prey hiding deep underground. To it, the desert's silence is merely an illusion. In reality, it is a complex web of sounds where the coyote is the only one holding the map. Every vibration is a piece of news, revealing the location of food or the arrival of danger. The hunt begins with a frozen moment. The coyote calculates distance and depth through sound waves traveling through the soil. Its signature pounce is a masterpiece of precision. It doesn't chase prey across the surface, it ambushes them from above. A claw strike through the sand, a relentless digging effort, and a meal is found where others see only barrenness. Intelligence has triumphed over concealment. The coyote lacks the pride of a haughty predator. It possesses the instinct of a great survivor. It wastes not a single calorie on hopeless chases if it can utilize what others leave behind. This is not cowardice. It is the ultimate energy conservation strategy. In an environment where calories are more precious than gold, the one who knows how to scavenge the fragments of life is the one who will smile last. When the sun melts the very air, even the informant must learn to be still. Beneath the rare shade of a sagebrush, the coyote performs a task as critical as hunting: moisture conservation. all biological activity is reduced to a minimum. It is waiting. Patience is a skill. And in the desert, the one who waits for the wind to shift will be the one holding the advantage when dusk falls. The coyote is never truly alone. They maintain a complex social network through body signals and scents. A touch of the nose is more than a greeting. It's a data exchange about water sources, large prey movements, or the arrival of enemies. Collective wisdom helps them build a vivid survival map, where news is constantly updated through silent encounters amidst the dust. As the light retreats, the true predatory machinery activates. The coyote's eyes are engineered to see through the night, turning darkness from an obstacle into a protective shroud. While others become blind and vulnerable, the informant sees everything as clear as day. This is the time for covert operations, where shadow is an ally and silence is a lethal tool. And this is the moment the desert finds its voice. The coyote's howl is not a lament. It is a manifesto of sovereignty. It informs the entire land who is in control tonight. Distant replies form a spectral symphony, a communication system that pierces through space. In the stillness of the dark night, this howl is the soul of resilient life, echoing as a reminder. The smartest always find a way to be heard. While other animals must find shelter to escape the heat, one master continues to march forward. The camel. It is no coincidence it is called the ship of the desert. This is not just a creature. It is an armored fortress designed to subdue the Earth's harshest conditions. It does not fight the desert. It owns it through an astonishingly perfect biological engineering. Look closely at the smallest details. These eyes possess double eyelashes, acting like a steel mesh to block out every single grain of sand. The nostrils can close completely to prevent dust from entering the lungs. And that thick fur is not for warmth, but a clever insulation layer, preventing the 50-degree heat from scorching the skin beneath. Every detail is an ultimate survival solution. The biggest mistake is thinking this hump contains water. In reality, it is a massive reservoir of fat, a concentrated energy source that helps the camel survive weeks without food. By concentrating fat in the hump instead of the whole body, it releases heat more efficiently. Even the sharpest thorns become a feast Thanks to its rubber-like mouth structure, it transforms barrenness into vitality. When it finds water, a camel can drink up to 100 liters in just 10 minutes. Its body acts like a supreme storage tank, retaining every precious drop of moisture. It doesn't sweat until its body temperature reaches 41 degrees Celsius, maximizing water conservation. While other species would collapse from dehydration, the camel stands firm like a pillar in the furnace. It is the master of thrift. Beneath this fortress are specialized tires. The camel's feet spread wide with thick pads, preventing it from sinking into the fine sand. It doesn't walk on the desert. It glides across it. This structure allows it to conquer the highest dunes with incredible composure. Every deadly terrain becomes a flat road under the footsteps of this master. But the real challenge is coming. A sand wall hundreds of meters high is erasing the sky. This is the wrath of the desert, where the power of wind and sand can erode anything. While other species flee in panic, the camel simply stands still. It prepares to face its greatest enemy with a cold, calm resolve. In the blinding storm, the camel becomes a stone island. The biological armor takes full effect. It closes every gap, lowers its center of gravity, and waits patiently. The wind may howl, the sand may tear at its fur, but the will of this armored ship is unshakable. It knows that the storm is temporary, while its endurance is eternal. As the dust settles, the fortress rises again, a simple shake to shed the burden of sand. The camel needs no recovery. It simply continues its journey. Evolution has granted it not just a powerful body, but the mindset of a ruler. Nothing can stop its footsteps on the path of desert conquest. The armored ship continues to glide through the cold night. The camel has proven that life doesn't necessarily have to flee harshness, but can transform itself into a part of that harshness to endure. The peak of evolution lies not in destructive power, but in unlimited endurance. The chapter of the mobile fortress closes, giving way to other silent warriors of the dust. In the scorching heat of the Mojave, movement seems a luxury. But look closely at that burning sand. A mobile fortress is silently moving. The desert tortoise possesses neither the ostrich's shearing speed nor the antelope's agility. Its greatest weapon lies in silence and a survival strategy refined over millions of years: absolute patience. Composed of sturdy bone plates encased in keratin, it acts as a perfect thermal shield. While the sun tries to incinerate everything, inside this shell, the temperature remains stable. This is the first line of defense in the journey to confront the desert's deathly embrace. When the ground temperature hits 60 degrees Celsius, the desert is no longer a dwelling. It becomes an incinerator. Every creature must choose, either vanish or be burned. But the desert tortoise does not flee in panic. It understands that when the surface is no longer safe, salvation lies deep within the earth. An escape plan has been meticulously prepared. The desert tortoise's front legs are nothing short of armored shovels. With astonishing strength, it begins the task of digging. This is hard labor under suffocating heat. Every layer of hard sand, every small rock is subdued. It is not just digging a hole. It is building a fortified defense system to protect life through the fiery summer. Meters underground, a completely different world emerges. The tortoise burrow is a true fortress, where the temperature is always 20 degrees lower than outside. This is where the desert tortoise spends more than 90% of its life. A dark, silent space, yet the safest place on the planet, while the firestorm rages above. Life is preserved in the womb of the earth. But this fortress doesn't just have high walls and deep moats. It possesses a strategic reservoir unlike any other creature. The desert tortoise can store water in its bladder for up to a year. It cherishes every drop of moisture from sparse, succulent plants, turning its body into a mobile water tank. In the world of sand, the one who possesses the water within is the master of time. Estivation, a peak survival tactic. To conserve energy and water, the desert tortoise puts its body into a state of total dormancy. The heartbeat slows, breath as fragile as mist. It sleeps through the harshest months, ignoring the world above being scorched. It is a lesson in yielding to nature in exchange for eternal existence. Slow does not mean weak. Slow is to go further. When dark clouds gather and rare rain pours down, the fortress opens. That is when the reward for patience arrives. The tortoise emerges, enjoying the freshness of the earth and sky. It drinks, it eats and refills its reservoir for the next harsh cycle. This revival is not for the hasty. It is for those who knew how to wait for the right moment. Amidst the chilling silence of the desert, a figure from the Jurassic era rises. This is the desert ostrich, a master carrying the blood of prehistoric rulers. Standing over 2 meters tall, it observes the world with the largest eyes of any land vertebrate. It has no need for wings to fly, for the desert is a kingdom of thunderous footsteps. A gaze that pierces through the dust, signaling that no movement can escape the watch of this terrestrial king. Look at these legs, pillars forged from steel and instinct. Featuring a unique two-toe structure to minimize friction, the ostrich possesses the most perfect propulsion system for deadly races. Each muscle is a biological spring accumulating massive energy. And at the end of that toe lies a 10-centimeter razor-sharp claw, a weapon capable of tearing through the thickest hide of the most reckless predators. It doesn't just walk. It measures its domain with footsteps of absolute power. When the starting gun of survival fires, the ostrich transforms into a living arrow. In less than 3 seconds, it hits 70 kilometers per hour. The speed of a race car on rugged terrain. Dust explodes like miniature blasts under each 5-meter stride. The wings are spread not for flight, but for steering, allowing sharp, lethal turns at full throttle. In this world, speed is not just a number. It is the only boundary separating life from death. But speed is only half the story. The true challenge lies in the stillness under the 50-degree sun. When the air becomes thick and the ground scorches its feet, the ostrich faces an enemy it cannot outrun: heat. It stands there without shade, its massive body struggling to regulate so it doesn't burn from within. Every gasping breath is a desperate effort to expel the heat. This is a war of endurance, where those who surrender are turned to ash. These eggs are the future, but they are also a burden. Lying directly on the scorching sand, they need cooling rather than warming. The mother ostrich becomes a living shield. She spreads her feathery wings, creating the only oasis of shade in the heart of the furnace. She cannot move, cannot search for water, because just a few minutes away from the nest, the sun will cook the life within. An ultimate sacrifice under the witness of a cruel sun. But danger doesn't only come from the sky. Predators are lurking, waiting for a moment of weakness from the guardian. The ostrich possesses a perfect biological radar system, with a 360-degree field of vision and the ability to analyze movement from kilometers away. It detects danger before the enemy even realizes its presence. In the desert, complacency is a death sentence, and the ostrich is one who never signs it. When backed into a corner, the ostrich doesn't choose flight. It chooses to fight. A direct kick carrying the entire body weight and massive inertia. This force is enough to crush the skull of a beast or leave an enemy in lifelong regret. This is the resistance of one labeled as prey, but possessing the heart of a gladiator. The speed of death has now transformed into the power of destruction. The reward for resilience is the continuation of life. Newly hatched ostrich chicks must learn to run immediately. They carry the genes of the desert's greatest sprinters. Led by giants, a new generation of warriors begins its journey to conquer the dust. They do not yet know the cruelty of the sun, but their legs are ready to continue the epic saga of speed and survival. At the peak of the world of dust, the ostrich stands like an uncrowned king. It has conquered the heat, subdued its enemies, and surpassed the limits of its own species. The desert is not a barrier. It is the stage for the ostrich to showcase speed and mettle. An entity standing firm between two worlds, the cruelty of nature and the undying will to survive. A proud silhouette against the fiery red sky. As the journey through the deadliest lands nears its end, the desert saves its final master for the most grand appearance. Atop the flaming red dunes of the Namib, the tallest sand mountains on the planet, the GEMSBOK stands like a god of stillness. It does not hurry. It does not worry. In a world where death lurks in every hot breeze, the GEMSBOK chooses to face the severity with proud beauty and unshakable mettle. The secret of survival lies in the sophistication of its internal machinery. The GEMSBOK possesses a miraculous biological cooling system. While other species would have their brains scorched under the 45-degree sun, the GEMSBOK uses a special network of blood vessels in its nasal passages to cool its blood before it reaches the brain. It turns its body into a natural air conditioner, allowing it to stand in the furnace while maintaining absolute clarity. In a place where a single drop of water is worth more than any treasure, the GEMSBOK is a master extractor. It doesn't need rivers. It finds life hidden deep beneath the most barren layers of sand. From moisture-filled roots to succulent wild melons, the GEMSBOK distills every molecule of water to nourish its body. It can go weeks without direct drinking, an ability that makes it the true ruler of aridity. But the GEMSBOK is not just a silent endurer. It carries a fearsome weapon atop its head, horns over a meter long, straight as steel swords. These are symbols of authority and absolute self-defense. They are used not only to display strength in territorial disputes, but are also the dread of any predator reckless enough to approach. A precise toss of the head can pierce the thickest hide, turning the GEMSBOK into a graceful but dangerous gladiator. Scaling dunes hundreds of meters high under scorching heat is a feat of endurance. The GEMSBOK does so with a strange composure. Every step on the shifting sand is a precise energy calculation. It climbs to the peak, not seeking glory, but to catch rare cool breezes and observe its kingdom from above. It is a testament to the iron will of tireless legs. In this world, the weak flee, but the strong stand their ground. Before the presence of top predators, the GEMSBOK does not choose to run and exhaust itself. With its sword horns lowered, it transforms into an impenetrable, barbed wire fortress. A silent but high-pressure standoff, where the predator understands that one small mistake will cost its life. massive sandstorms sweep across the desert, the GEMSBOK finds strength in unity. They line up, using their large bodies to shield the weakest members. Closely packed horns form a protective forest. In the cruelty of nature, they are a unified whole, a testament that kinship and collective instinct are the ultimate weapons. As night falls, our warrior still stands there, silent and majestic. Today it conquered the sun. Tomorrow it will continue its endless journey. The GEMSBOK does not just survive. It shines as a symbol of sophistication and enduring strength. The desert has molded a perfect entity, a testament that beauty sprouts from the most barren lands. Lacking moisture to trap heat, the ground releases all its energy into space, causing temperatures to plummet by up to 30 degrees in just a few hours. This is when biological mechanisms switch to conservation mode. Cold-blooded species seek the last remnants of warmth in deep burrows, while larger mammals begin adjusting their heart rates to withstand the bone-chilling cold of the desert night. But the most magnificent transformation comes from rare raindrops. The desert is not just sand. It holds millions of seeds lying dormant in a state of suspended animation, sometimes for decades. With just enough moisture, a chain chemical reaction is triggered. In less than 48 hours, parched lands can transform into vibrant floral carpets, utilizing an extremely short life cycle to reproduce before the sun reclaims every drop of moisture. The appearance of temporary water sources resets the priority order of the entire ecosystem. Chases are paused, giving way to the most urgent need. This is a brief biological compromise where every species, from predator to prey, understands that utilizing this precious life source is a prerequisite for surviving the next dry season. The desert does not operate on waste, but on the absolute precision of every single drop of resource. From the power of the Mustang to the cunning of the coyote, from the camel's fortress to the patience of the desert tortoise, from the lethal speed of the ostrich to the grace of the GEMSBOK. The desert is not a place to die. It is a place where life trains to become immortal. The masters of the wilderness have taught us, never give up. Thank you for joining us through the dust to discover the masters of nature. If you loved this journey, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Mysteries of the Wild.